Welcome to another DeadThree episode. We're going to stay here on the Gonzaga San Francisco game from the tournament, the conference tournament that just started. If you could, please click the subscribe button. It does help us out. And if you could like and share these, it's always appreciated. So hopefully the audio or video is a little bit better here. We've made some changes, but we'll get right into this game. Gonzaga ends up winning by 10. You get a high ball screen, but again, I'm seeing Duke over the weekend with the game against Carolina really struggled with Carolina defending this high ball screen right here. So, but you've got to be able to level it off, cut people off from elbows, right? The intersection of elbows is what causes it, right? So we have a roll replace already. We can see it. This guy's rolling. Holmgren's locked in on the ball. Timmy's guarding this guy on the replace. And that's exactly what happens. But he stops at the nail. Good shot fake. Good back cut. Right? And then here's what's great, right? And we all know this a little bit, right? So here's the great backdoor cut. Sets it up just by standing this guy up. By dribbling at him and standing him up. And by playing slow and not always fast. Then changing gears there. But here's why Holmgren's so valuable and what he brings to the table. And you're going to see a number of plays that he makes here. But right here, just being able to just go straight up, change shots, get rebounds, he's out of bounds, right, is just having that, in your arsenal right there of a block, and then he steps out of bounds. Right, but it was a really good back cut. And we have to teach our kids how to play slow to quick. Slow to quick. You always don't need to be running around. Last night we had a workout where we talked a fair amount about activity and accomplishment, right? Old John Wooden sayings, right? Don't mistake just because you're moving around that you're accomplishing anything, because sometimes you're just not, right? High ball screen, a replace there with Holmgren. Here's why he's a pro. He's right here. So you have a 7-footer that can play on the perimeter, that can put it on the floor and shoots 45% from three, and then you have a 6'10" guy inside, right? Over the screen, playing the elbow, controlling it out, getting caught up with Timmy, and then having Holmgren fill in, right? Then he is downhill, penetrating it right there to a spin, to a dunk, right? So we all know how great he is. So it's just obvious here. Screen, kick, drive, spin, finish, right? Not many people can do that. Not many people are 7 foot. Show it, spin it, finish it. Right, so that's why he's going to be a very high draft pick, if not the number one. Right, he can guard that. But here's the thing that got Duke a little bit was, these guys being so tight to their man. We talked about this last night. One of the dads that helps me out. We've got the ball draws you. The ball draws you, right? So we've got to be able to make these plays, right? So San Francisco in the game at their place really started out hot and kept it in the game because of their ability to shoot the ball. But here's ball screen. A hop back, shot fake. I mean, that's just kind of a prayer of a shot, right? 3-9, right? So high ball screen, going over the top, playing the elbow, hitting the roll, and then being able to stunt back over, right? So here's the thing, right? And this is basketball right now. Dribble handoff to a change up high. Ball's kind of on the second side. High ball screen, going over the top, and then not being in any position to stunt at the ball, make him kick it, not let him get in rhythm, let him take a pound, get to 10 feet away, and just throw it up without any contesting, right? So it's just one of these things, right? You've got to be able to get up here and cut the dribble off and not let him get to the elbow. You want Timmy 2 steps further away. You want a guy that can be on the weak side of the floor that could stunt, show, and close out. Stunt, show, and close out. But they don't, right? So now it's 11-3, and they're getting every shot that they want. Okay, we got a baseline out of bounds. We have a big that dove in, a screen-the-screener action, and then a slip, right? So here's one of these things. You're down 11-3. It looks like he might flop this cut here, right? So he's trying to get open. This is the big. He's probably the 4-man since Timmy's guarding him, right? There's a ball screen, or I'm sorry, an up screen where it could be a screen to get him out. But he's going to flop it and go back, but there's a big in the way here. So right there, see how he's reading the screen? and see how 3 is going over the top of it. Let him go over the top and then just look at, and then he popped and 2 people went with the pop. Watch 5. Watch 5 right here. Right when he pops, right there, 2 people go to him. Both of them do. So this is the lesson on pops and making sure you pop with your hands and that you're in shorten the passing lane, shorten passing angle, because they both go to him thinking they're going to switch. But here's what you have to be able to do against, he gets scared that it's Holmgren probably, right? And now we're running with the trailing big. So there's Holmgren. Trailing big. Boom. Now it's 14-3. So missed layups at one end, a trailing 7-footer that can pull from 3, from NBA 3, and now it's 14-3 and you're 3 minutes into the game. You're 3 minutes into the game. That's not true. You're 6 minutes into the game. You're 6 minutes into the game and you're already down 14-3. Okay, so let's see what happens here with San Francisco, and we'll call it. We're going to do 4 or 5 parts of this because I want to see Holmgren play, right? So he's not letting him get to the screen. And then he's got to come back around, but look how Holmgren can stunt and get him off of the elbow. So if you're banking and your game plan is that we're going to do a whole bunch of pullback, step back threes against the number 1 team in the nation, and that's our objective to win, you're in trouble. Now he might make that, which he doesn't. They get the offensive rebound and they attack, right? So they get it, right? Offensive rebounds, attack the rim, get spot up threes, right? But Holmgren just doesn't level it off here, doesn't get to the baseline, and you can't block everything, right? So now it's 14-5, last play here. Okay, just more. So we've seen, here's the thing. You have to know who the best players are. You can't let bigs get to their spots without contact. You got to meet bigs between the top of the key and the nail and get them and funnel them out away from the block. You can't let All-Americans and first-round draft picks and 10-year NBA players get to the rim that are 7 foot that you're just going to throw the ball up to. Is it easier said than done? Yeah. But here's the thing. It's easier said than done, but watch. How's about this guy that right here doesn't get beat off the dribble with any sort of shake to where this guy's got to come and support to get him off, right? Just keep the guy in front of you, and that way we don't have to rely on help so early in the shot clock and when the ball's just 1 pound over half court, right? So he runs over, and because of that, like, are they switching or not switching? This guy right here is guarding here, so nobody's going to put a body on Holmgren, and we're just going to throw it over the top. This all is a breakdown because this guy right here can't keep the ball in front of him, right here. He's got the ball in front of him now. He requires no help, nose on high shoulder, funnel him out, keep it on one side of the floor. So what, you're going to try to steal the ball from, this might be Nebhart, you're going to try to steal the ball from another pro, when you're down 14-5, right? And so now, and then we don't get back to Holmgren. The big's got to help. He switches, nobody else does. And now it's 16-5 because we can't guard the ball. Okay? So listen, that's part 1 of the Gonzaga San Francisco game in the West Coast tournament semifinal. Gonzaga ends up winning this game by 10, so USF makes a good run here. But if you could, please hit that subscribe button below the video here. Subscribe, and that would really help us out. Thank you.